Well, cheers and howdy do, buckaroos, and how the heck are you? Angle that a little bit. There we go. So I've got the Leinenkugels Oktoberfest. 5.1%, 20 IBUs, our proud German heritage shines through in our homage to arguably the world's greatest festival. A traditional Märzen-style beer, our Leinenkugels. You think most Germans would take offense that they're using a French word? Just a random thought that popped into my head at that moment, because I know they've had kind of a tenuous relationship. Our Märzen-style beer, Leinenkugels Oktoberfest, has a toasted malt flavor, subtle spicy hop notes that make it perfect for celebrating fall in true German fashion. So there you go. Pairs with brat, spätzle, pork chops. I love spätzle, man. Soft pretzels. They don't mention schnitzel though, but I think I put this with some schnitzel, especially Jaeger schnitzel. By golly, I'd do her. I'm a rebel, man. I'd do that. Anyways, I am kind of beer whisperer. How the heck are you? How you do, buckaroos, and all that jazz. 5120. This really isn't a bad Oktoberfest. How do you know that before you take a sip, Tom? Well, because I've already had one of them. I've had two other Oktoberfests this season. The Urban Chestnut Oak Hats and the Mother's Oktoberfest. To be honest with you, of the three, this one is much smaller. The aromas and the flavors are much more subdued. Having said that, I don't think it's done badly. There are some beer geeks like myself that might want more from this beer, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's flawed. Personally, I don't think it's flawed. I just think it's just a small version of the style. It's be a good starter Oktoberfest. I mean, this is the Oktoberfest that's at that, that commercial Oktoberfest that almost every downtown in America does, big or small. Yeah, this is the kind of beer that, non-beer geeks are going to gravitate towards because it's a little more they're used to. It's a little smaller what I would think the traditional style would be, but I think it gets the style and spirit. How about that? Oh, mercy. Yeah, both the aromas and the flavors are very subdued. But having said that, I'm not saying it tastes watery. It doesn't taste watery. It doesn't taste flawed. It's just a little smaller. Toasted malt. Yeah, you get some spicy hop notes. Doesn't say what they're using, but I'm going to guess sauce. Yeah, but there's some toasted malt flavor. Again, it is much smaller than those other two that I mentioned, especially the Urban Chestnut Oak Hats. But I don't think an American craft version of the Oktoberfest gets better than the Oak Hats. But this is a great starter. It's one of those beers you give to non-beer geeks. I tasted some of the beers that did tasting at a small liquor store last Friday. Past Friday, and I don't know. I can't tell you how many people say, "No, I don't want you." We're sampling some beer over here, And oh no, I don't like craft beer. They grab a 6-pack of whatever macro light they're drinking, And I think sometimes folks don't understand what craft beer is. We have several different beers where I work. From one that he's brewed specifically to have at the brewery for those kind of beer drinkers, but it is all malt, it is adjunct free, and when I sampled it, I went, oh, that's pretty good, and many of them go buy it. In fact, one person even put down his 6-pack of Coors Light to go buy a 6-pack of my beer, which I felt good about. But I can't tell you how many people also came up and said, oh, IPAs, I don't know, and they tried the IPA. Our IPA is probably closest to a West Coast style than any other. Holy crap, I'm trying to fucking grill. It just started raining on me. Well, kiss my ass, man. Gonna have to have it on. I noticed it started clouding up, but I didn't hear it was going to rain today, man. Oh, frickin' biscuits. That's okay. Not going to let that get me down, because that steak is getting cooked, man. I may not be able to grill it, but that's getting cooked anyways. I should have known when the flies start coming out, it was getting ready to rain. Well, hell, let me cut this short. I'm kind of beer whisperer, beer evangelist, deliverer, drinker, for rare wisdom, all around good guy. I gotta get my grill the hell up here.